Now, one of the most pressing tasks for the upcoming Yoon Suk-yeol administration is to cool down the housing market. In fact, that was one of the strongest demands of voters in the election. Our Kim Sung-min looks at how the Presidential Transition Committee is currently preparing for the groundwork for that and what changes we can expect in the initial stages.
With President-elect Yoon Suk-yeol pledging a broad deregulation of South Korea's overheated housing market, all eyes are on what steps he'll take first. That'll soon become clearer as the Transition Committee on Wednesday announced that they're forming a task force specifically on this issue. Details like who'll be on the task force are yet to be revealed.
The task force's first and second divisions will include private sector experts who will work on major revisions like holding tax and transfer tax, as well as lending rules and the supply situation.
Yoon's main pledge was to expand housing supply during his term by 2.5 million units, mainly through the private sector. Typically, 80% of the total housing supply in South Korea comes from the private sector, but far fewer units have been coming onto the market in the past 5 years because of heavy regulation. Yoon plans to ease those regulations, boost supply, and thereby cool the market down. The very first revisions will likely be those that don't need to go through Parliament, like lowering the approval requirements for redevelopment projects. This would include making it easier for residential buildings over 30 years old to qualify for demolition and rebuilding. Then, by allowing buildings to be rebuilt bigger and taller, they'll be able to provide more homes. Other measures like tax reform could take some time because they'll need support from the Democratic Party of Korea, which will soon be in opposition but has a majority in the parliament. Still, some experts think it's an agenda the new administration can't afford to let go.
If the tax burden is eased, people with multiple homes will be encouraged to put more units on the market. They could help stabilize the market in particular if they would cut taxes on homes when they're sold.
If the president-elect goes ahead with his plan to cool down the market, the question is what effect there'll be and how soon. Some think deregulation could excite the market and cause prices to rise even further in the near term.
Prices are high, but there's a chance they could rise even more. But if they decide to push for it and expand supply in the capital region, the market will stabilize within the next few years.
Experts suggest that the easing of regulation should therefore be followed by supplementary measures to buffer the side effects. Kim Sung-min, Arirang News.